What is up, guys? Junior here, and today we are back on iRacing once again with the street stocks at Lanier with the C-Class street stock league. As you can see, on the front row we have the 2 and the 3. Behind them are the 4 and the 1, and then the 6 rounds out the top 5. This race was a lot of fun. I feel like I did pretty well, and yeah, I mean, you guys will have to tell me if you liked it. But as you can see, I didn't qualify very well. So I'm starting on the second to last row, and I don't even know where. Yeah, not the most exciting place to be in. However, it's the 2 and the 3 on the front row as the pace car makes the dive to pit road into the restart zone. Green flag is waving, and we are racing at Lanier. The 3 beats the 2 to the line. The 2 nicks the 3. The 12 is sideways, and the 3 is gone. Yeah, so, oh, and then the 4 is also sideways. So yeah, we had a lap 1 caution. Let's analyze this from the number 2's point, or, yeah, number 2. Let's see what he saw. Oops, the 3 saves it, and then he doesn't. And here is the number 3. Let's see what happened from his perspective. He just stepped on the gas too early. Oh! And they just piled into him after that. I mean, this is my perspective of the whole thing. Never even knew that he was sideways, and then I only saw the 12 sideways. I never even knew the 3 was sideways until the caution came out. You can see I was unnecessarily braking there, but you know, I was just being overcautious on the start because there's always a wreck on lap 1. There's no telling what happens after that, though. So once again, here's the start. Yeah, there was really no reason for me to brake at the second time when I saw the 3 sideways. But like I said, I was just being overcautious. There's no telling what'll happen on that first lap. But no harm in being overcautious, right? So here's the 3, who actually didn't go a lap down. And it's, well, he restarted this time on the inside. On the same row as me. So yeah, that was a bit unfortunate for me. But here, the pace car makes the dive to pit road. The number 2 on pole, or in the lead rather, is going to take the green flag. The 5 just behind him on the inside of the 16. He's going to be there, and I hear wrecking. 6 goes way wide. Nicks the wall. Into 1 and 2, I'm on the 6's inside. Stepping on the gas. Yeah, you can see the 3 trying to pull away. I'm trying to keep up with him. He's looking to the inside of the 7. He's unable to get the move done. I hit the wall. And then I swing it through the corner. And now you can see a bit of a gap opening, and then I lost it. I'm amazed and thankful that somehow no one hit me, though. I mean, that was just a miracle and a half. But as you can see, the number 2 down the backstretch is going to lead them back to the green flag. He got lucky enough to not have to deal with that wreck. And yeah, this time it was me spinning out all by myself. I kind of hit the wall, and it was all downhill from there. I mean, it wasn't even a hit. I just kind of booped it because I was a little sideways. And around I went. But like I said, I am just genuinely amazed that no one hit me there. But yeah, on the exit of the corner, look at how sideways I get. And that kind of overheated the rear tires. Oh, I guess I didn't hit the wall. I kind of overheated the rear tires, and the car... yeah, the rear tires didn't want to stick after that. So yeah, that's how that caution happened. So yeah, then I race around to catch up. Come the green flag, which here's where we are going to line up. Double file. You can see I had 5 to my inside, and I'm behind the 9. The 6 is a little bit further ahead, and look at the 3 already a couple rows ahead. You can see the number 7 wanting the inside, but the 3 has it. There you can see the 2 green flag. We are back racing at Lanier. I kind of like this a lot more than I like that other view, so we'll watch it from here from now on. Send it to the inside of the 9. The 9 goes way wide, so I can just easily cruise out of that corner. Sticking it right behind the 6, you can see I got a little unsteady on the exit. On the brakes, get right up behind the 6, a little bit to his inside. So you can see he goes wide, just about hits the wall, but doesn't. Then I send it to his inside on the apron, get a nice exit. You can see this, the 6, he's just going way too slow, honestly. So yeah, that one was an easy pass. Next up is the 8. I'm going to swing to the left, a little bit of braking, get a good launch off the corner, look to the inside of the 8, and I'm going to send it up there. Then I'm going to get clear of him easily. Back into 1 and 2. Now I'm going after the 12. You can see the 3 working past the 16. He is back into the top 3 after spinning out and causing the first caution. The 16, though, not willing to let him go. Meanwhile, I am starting to catch that 12 ever so slowly through the corners here. Little sideways. I'm going to dip onto the apron, get a nice exit into 3 and 4. The 16 on the apron, he goes a little wide. The 7 trying to stick behind him. So yeah, we had a nice green flag run for a little bit where I was hunting out of the 12. The 3 was able to get away from the 16, and the front 3 kind of had a pretty even gap between the 3 of them, but the 3 was catching the 5. 16 goes a little wide, 7 looks up his inside, can't get the move done. Looks again, and then ends up just getting a bad entry into the corner. However, the 16 gets a bad exit, so the 7's going to look again. The 12 gets a bad exit, so I'm catching up to him. I'm going to look to his inside as the 16 goes wide. The 12 gets a bad entry. He goes very shallow, very defensive, so it just opens up the door for me. 7 looking to the inside of the 16. There's contact! 16 just about goes around. I go to the outside to avoid it. The 12 looks to my inside. Into 3 and 4. I'm going to give him the inside, all the room he needs. The 16 a little sideways coming out of turn 4. But the 12 can't even hold the inside. I heard contact behind me, but apparently I guess it's nothing. Looking back after the 16, 16 gets a little sideways on entry. He's going to go wide on the exit. I'm going to get a nice run. Can't seem to gain really much of anything on him. Then you can see he goes really wide. I'm going to get a great exit on him. And the 7 just loses it. Spins out all by himself. And, well, we're fortunate enough for him to not end up hitting anybody. But, yeah, there was really no way to tell that the 7 was going around. He'd been very stable for the last couple laps, especially out of turn 2. It was the 16 who kind of lost it this lap. And then into 3 and 4, 16 just sends it on the 7. I mean, that guy the 16 had to have had no tires by the end of this race. I swear, poor guy. And after that spin that I had, I can tell you, spoiler alert, I had no tires at the end. But yeah, you can see me and the 16 trying to hunt down well, I'm trying to get past the 16. The 16 is just trying to maintain the gap to the 7 and maybe close it a little bit. And then the 7 just randomly out of nowhere loses it, just spins all on his own. Fortunately, he's able to keep it off the wall. But just like that, caution comes out. And I do recall, I do remember, I was coming out of, I do remember, I dove into 1 and 2 and I was going in and I was like, oh my gosh, I have not had a run this long in a long time on an oval. And then the 7 spun out and I was like, well, speaking of, so I just lifted off and I knew the caution was coming. So yeah, that's That's how that caution came out. But then this time, you can see we're lining up. I get these inside to the 16. The 5's going to be on the outside of the 2, the 3 on the inside of the 16. And to the outside of me will be the 6. The 8 and the 9 will be lining up behind us, and then the 7 and the 4. The 4 is actually a couple laps down, so he doesn't really matter all that much. The 2 getting an early launch, but I was ready for it, and I'm going to get clear of the 16 before we even get to the line. Into 1 and 2. He's going to look to my inside. He can't get the move done. I stepped on the gas to slide up the track a little bit, give him room, but he backed out. And now it was the top 4 all racing, essentially for the win. The 4 of us were really the only ones in contention. You could see the 16 sending it, but like I said, the 16 with the slide on his tires, if he could maintain this pace, he couldn't maintain it for long. That much is for sure. After that big ol' initial D 4-wheel drift he pulled. But you can see the front 4 starting to pull away just a little bit. The 3 desperately looking for a way past the 2. The 5 not having any of it, just trying to stick with them. And I'm desperately trying to stick with the 5. And just like that, like I said, the 16 falling behind. So it was kind of the 4 of us, the 5 with a little bit of a gap to me. Then the 5 sends it in really deep, goes a little wide. I thought that was my opportunity to get past him. It wasn't. You can see a little bit of a fishtail, and then I got very sideways into that corner. That did not help the tires at all. It was kind of a downward spiral as far as tires went. Every time I got a little sideways, I got a little more sideways the next corner. The tires overheated very quickly. Then the 3 and the 2 sticking side by side for 4 corners now. And now for a whole lap, they've been side by side, but the 2 is clearly starting to lose it. I'm trying to do everything I can to get to the 5, you know, at least just get to him. The 2 still sticking to the outside of the 3. Into 3 and 4, massive lunge towards the 5. I end up going wide. The 2 and the 3 still side by side, and I'm just hoping that those 2 can stay side by side for long enough that I can gain on the 5, and then I can try and make a move on him. You know, I'm trying to use them as a boot, as a roadblock, as a pick, as a whatever you want to call it. Oh, they make contact. They both go up the track. The 5 trying to make a move isn't close enough. I'm just losing ground. You can see the 16 and the 6 too far behind. The 6 looking for a move on the 16. He can't get anywhere with it. Then you can see the 2 finally loses the spot to the 3, and now it's the 5 and the 2 battling. I can't keep up with these guys. You can see out of every corner, I'm just leaving tire tracks from my right rear. I mean, look at that. I'm just getting so much wheel spin on the exit. The 5 gets clear of the 2, and I'm not close enough to take advantage. I can't do the same move the 5 did. The 5 goes very defensive as the 2 looks to his inside. The 2, very stable, able to hold the same line through the corner. I mean, look at that, just sticks to the apex and flies off of it. Whereas you can see that, oh, and then I hit the wall. And then you can see the 5 and the 3, as well as me, very much a more diamond-shaped corner. But yeah, so the 4 of us, you can see I've caught back up to the 2 a little bit. The 5 not allowing the 3 to go anywhere. I think the 3 and the 2 battling as long as they did allowed me to catch up, and there's the caution. I knew there was a caution coming at some point. You can see the 16, something happened to him. Yeah, something happened to him that he lost a few spots. Oh, he took out the 7, okay. So the 6 just got to his inside, and then it looks like the 9 did as well. They just got to his inside and were able to get past him. And meanwhile, I was trying to keep up with the 2. So yeah, there goes the 6, despite all the damage on his side. Although I guess the side door damage doesn't really matter as much as the nose damage does, because that affects your downforce. But you can see the 9 with a completely clean car. Oh, that 16 just about takes him out. He got very close. 7 gets clear. The 7 gets clear as well. 16 sending it in 3 and 4. Just doesn't have the grip and just wipes out the 7. And that was why the caution came out. And thank goodness it did, because I was starting to lose quite a bit of concentration. Oh, never mind. This isn't the point that I thought it was. Oh yeah, we still have quite a few more laps. Oh, alright, so here we go. lining up, I was a bit scared for this restart because I now knew the 6 was on my end. Well, the 6 was the one looking to make a move on me. The 6 and the 9 make contact. I now knew the 6 was looking to make a move on me because he was to my inside. And last time it was the 16, who we knew had worn out tires. You can see I'm trying to warm mine up. Then the 3 gets a launch. I was just about ready for it. The 6 was a little more ready. However, I am able to stick clear of that number 6 car. Look at how close I'm getting to the rear bump with that too. And the 6 just can't keep up with me. The 16 looks to the inside of the 6, slides up the track. And just like that, I no longer have to worry about those guys because of that. So the front 4, once again, all 4 of us in a little tandem, a little train, all trying to pull away. The 2 goes a little wide on entry, then swings in on the apex, which kind of spooked me a little bit. On the entry, I thought I was going to be able to get to his inside, and then he came back, and so I kind of lifted. You can see a little bit of a tire trail on that right rear, just wearing it out a little more. The 6 actually kind of sticking with me, about as much as I'm sticking with the leaders, honestly. I'm trying to do everything I can to keep up with that number 2, but I just... there you can see the 2 leaving tire tracks that time, but I just don't have the pace that these guys do. Like I said, I spun out way early, so these tires are gone. And like I said, so did the 3. So the 5 and the 2 over here are on way fresher tires than me and the 3. So, I mean, the 3 leading, he's just being attacked by that 5. The 2, now that he's in dirty air, just can't seem to figure out how to drive this car. You can see, I got very sideways that time. You can see now that the 2's in dirty air, he just can't seem to figure out how this car drives. Wrong ones. Meanwhile, the 6 is closing up on me, and then the caution comes out.
Yeah, you're working at it. I'm overdoing it. Good running now.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh my gosh, I needed these cautions to break my concentration, I swear. I feel like the car is going to slip out from under me and then a caution comes out.
So, as you heard, my concentration was not the most intact thing at this point in the race. I desperately needed something to keep myself sane so that I could keep this car under control, under some level of control anyway. Like I said, it felt like it was sliding. The tires were just so worn, I had no grip. Hey, come here. And I just could not, I didn't feel like I could keep up with those guys. But this time I once again knew that I was going to be on the outside, but this time it was going to be a shootout. Is it here? I'm looking for where I mention it.
It's going to be a, 2-3 lap shootout at the end?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, 3.
Well, good luck with the top 2. The 2 might have so maybe the top 3. You guys, the 3 might have a shot to win.
Like I said, I did not include myself in that group of the top 3 because I didn't feel like my tires could manage. I didn't think my tires could handle trying to attack these guys. So there you can see the 3 goes. This time the 6, much better on the launch. He's going to stick it to my inside, so I'm going to give him the room on the entry. And he's just nowhere to be found. Just no move is made from the 6. So I'm going to look at the 2 here, try and get something done. You can see me and the 2 go a little wide. 2 to go. I mean, it is just such an intense race at this point. The 6 trying to get a move done on me. My tires are so gone at this point that he can just stick right with me, assuming he hasn't worn his out anyway. As now you can see the white flag waving. The 3 has a bit of a gap over the 5, but can the 5 make the move? I make a send after the 2. I can't get the move done into 1 and 2. Now into 3 and 4. The 6 is too far back. I'm going to send it on the 2, and I go way sideways. And it's not enough to get the move done. The 3 is going to win it. You can see I got very sideways. The 2 ended up in the wall. And then I leaned on the 6 a little bit coming out of turn 2 there. Man, just such a close finish. Like I said, a 4-wheel drift going through turns 3 and 4 there. Just such an absolute ascend attempt, and I just couldn't get it done.
Dang, I was going for a last ditch move on the 2.
Good run, 3.
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah, good run, 5. That was fun.
But yeah, so a little bit of a boop on the 6 coming out of turn 2. Didn't get me any X's, so that's right. I ended the race, probably for like the first time ever, with no incident points. Yeah, that's the thing about Lanier though. Guys are going to go around for a couple of laps because the pit road entry is such a log jam trying to get in. If people do come onto pit road, it is just such a log jam. It is not even worth it. But yeah, with that, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.